Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle, and we are at the finale, part 10 of Grimshire the Demo. We are picking off where we left off at part 9, where I'm just out foraging a whole bunch of new things. I don't know if the developers probably didn't do that on purpose, that of the last day of play, like the raspberries came in full bloom. Really the raspberries, and I think there was blackberries too, but I don't know if I grabbed any. Um, at this point of play time, I don't know this is my last day, so you'll even see me like planting new crops and stuff like that. Ignore me. I have no clue what's about to happen at this time. So shout out to Ayana for letting me use her headphones. I also end up getting a buggy today. So I know I was excited about that, and then my excitement dropped the following day. But anyway, in everyday gameplay, you don't really see a lot of buggies, so you have to keep carrots. I think carrots are for the blue buggies, and the radishes are for the orange. I don't really remember if I used radishes or carrots, but those are the two things that it suggests to tame them. So keep them on you, because if you try to run home, grab them and come back, chances are not still going to be there. I don't know if they despawn between loading screens, but I know I did that and it didn't work in my experience. So I'm going to continue talking about my speed run that I did, that I was talking about in the last video. There was two things that I wanted to get done in my speed run, but I couldn't. The first one was having a beer with Rusty. Both Rusty and his daughter, Lila, they talk a lot about his amazing beer. Lila even saying that it's only second to Gruff's. And so I was I didn't get around to tasting his beer in the first play, but I wrote it down for something for me to try to do. And so I frequented the inn during the day, at night, all the time. Every time I saw Rusty there, even when he wasn't there, I went up to the buck, and the menu didn't change. It only had some cooked meals in there. And so I was not able to try his beer, which I think that's a dialogue I would have taken out of the demo. Even if it's something you can do in full play, just let the player experience that in the full release versus hinting at it in the demo and then never fulfilling that in the demo. And so I really thought like at least there was a 60% chance of it being possible, but I couldn't. But if you've played the demo or you've watched someone play the demo and they did have a beer with Rusty, let me know in the comments where I went wrong, or drop that video in the comments. Before I get into the second thing that I wish I could have done, this is a good time for you to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks. So the other thing that I wanted to do was cook. And the cooking mechanism looked very straightforward, very simple. I went to the stove and it had a few meals like a salad, grilled fish, grilled meats, I think even like a grilled roots, so I guess like a baked potato or something like that. And you had to then provide the ingredients like most cooking simulations you'd have to do. But me being me, my ADHD had so much control over me. Like I could not hold on any of the food. Every little bit of food I kept donating to the root cellar, and I knew that it was going to be like something addictive for me, and it was, because it was so rewarding. I think, you know what, I think I said in a previous video that you don't see the numbers going up, but apparently I just wasn't putting enough food in the root cellar. But it does, as you're adding food, it tells you how many days. And that was it for me. That really sold me on donating to the root cellar. So every time I had a fish that I couldn't donate to Adeline, I donated to the root cellar. Everything that I could drop off, I was bringing there. And speaking of donating, Speedrun, Adeline has where she wants you to donate 10 specimens for her research. And it's just 10 things that you can find in the world, whether you grow it, anything. And when you give her the 10, she gives you like 500 coins and then furniture, which is really like a big, it was a lot. And then she asks you, she's like, hey, if you want more work, I got more. So in the speed run, I did the second one, which was 200, and she didn't give me any furniture time. And I think the money was actually less, but I'm curious. On when you go to her donation box, it says that there's 126 items that you can donate. And 126 seems like a small number for the full game. So I'm wondering if that 126 is the 126 that you could donate from the demo. And so again, if you or anyone you know has played the demo and did donate the whole 126 items, please let me know. I'm very interested in that. When I started this series and I peeped Ronan, you know, my man, my man, Adeline was close by. And when I was like, oh, me and her are gonna be cool, blah, blah, blah. Tell me, so in my speed run, I went to Adeline's house to drop things off. Tell me why Ronan was in her house. I almost turned into a crash out right there. I almost turned into a crash out. But in my speed run, I was a cute little bunny. And I said, you know what? This isn't the place or the time, or I'm not the species to get into all this. But I was really, really curious as to what was going on between them two. I did speak to Ronan a lot more in the speed run, and so I liked his dialogue. What did he tell me? He told me that he has family at the Capitol, no one in particular that he really likes, but he doesn't want anything to happen to them, and so he is concerned. And another thing that he told me is that he likes living on the outskirts of town, because he doesn't do well around people. And they just wrote that man for me. I like a man that don't like nobody. Ronan is for me. Another aspect of my speed run, you can't do it all. But I wish I would have made time to build up my relationship with the villagers just to get to know them and see how far you can get relationship wise. If you could get a heart with any of the romanceable characters, that would have been interesting to see. So we're starting to get to the video where the closing cutscene is about to start. And because I was really hoping to get some speculations with the villagers and they didn't give me that, I want to speculate with you guys. And I'm going to give y'all my 2 cents. So there's a storyline that I hope they do and one that they better not do. Like I'm out. First, the thing that they better not do, it better not be zombies. It better not be zombies. And I say it better not be zombies because it does not fit with this game. I don't play zombie games and I'm not interested. I'm not interested. And to me, that's just a cheap writing way out to just give up that type of way. A plot line that I think would be good, I like Zootopia. I had said this in the previous videos. Zootopia, they had it where the animals were going feral because they had came in contact with a certain plant. I forget what it was called in the movie. And so they had to make a antidote and start curing them. Now, to me, that direction is good because there is still this hope of things going back to normal, and storing up food isn't just for the sake of preserving, just adding days to eventually die to zombies. I want to hope that they go in that direction, but I also want to be surprised in the direction they want to go. I really love a story that has a really good plot twist. I think Horizon Zero Dawn, the first one, that storyline was beautiful. I really like that. There was so many different turns that I did not see coming, and I think that was a good game. You guys tell me in the comments what's some good games that you enjoyed the story to. But without further ado, We leave our farm and then we walk over. We walk over to the pier, to the docks, and Finn is here. All right, I think that's everyone. Now, can I have your attention? I just returned from visiting the capital, the city. It's gone. The docks were destroyed, so I couldn't set foot on land, but it looked like most buildings were either destroyed by fire. The air was heavy with the stench of death. Did you talk to anyone? What happened? I saw people moving about, but they were acting feral. What does that even mean? Were there bandits? Looters? Hold on, everyone. Let me finish. I tried calling out to the people I saw, but they were aggressive and unwilling or unable to talk. They charged at me like I was prey. If not for their fear of the ocean, I'm sure they would have jumped into the water and attacked me. It was like they were mindless beasts. Crazy. Beast? Are you sure they weren't just hungry? Everyone, please calm down and let Finn finish. That's not all I found. The capital was devastated. So I visited a few neighboring towns in hopes of finding answers. Every town nearby was destroyed and each one was filled with feral animals. Eventually, I found a town unharmed and well defended. They stopped me from docking, from doing anything other than talking, and so we talked. According to them, feral people are cursed or diseased, that anyone who is injured by them is fated to become like them. The only way to protect their village was to shut their walls and kill any who forced their way in. I could not stay there long. They demanded I leave immediately, and so I went looking further for other survivors. Most villages were destroyed. Those weren't denied me entry. There were a few who let me dock. Those who were isolated, not aware of the news, they asked me to leave soon after I told them. I don't know if I'll be able to trade you food and supplies anymore. I'm sorry. What are we going to do now? Curse? Diseased? Is this the end of our village too? Everyone, calm down. It's going... Shut it, Theo! You're not our leader. You're a glorified tax collector. Enough. I'm sorry for you. But you all need to quiet down. Emotions are high, I get that. This is deeply troubling news. I understand your reactions. But we're a community, one that loves and helps each other. We need to come together, not shout at each other. Thank you, Finn, for keeping us informed. You risked your life out there. We'll get through this together. It'll be tough, but I'm sure we can survive. Heck, we have a farmer now. We won't have to trade for food. Finn, you must be exhausted from your journey. Please come to our place to rest. Everyone else, please go home and process the news. We'll figure something out. Thank you for playing. That's the end of the demo, but the story will continue in the full game. What will happen to the villagers of Grimshire? Will they survive this disaster or perish? Your actions will determine their fate. Check out the full game when it releases in early access on Steam in 2025. Join our Discord community to share feedback and get development updates. Sarah and Tim. Well, you guys seen me play. I could have done better. I know now for the next game. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching and supporting my channel. If you like to stay up to date and notified every time I post, hit the notification button. And until then, you guys stay safe and happy gaming. Bye.